Alright, so now let's go and create another derived role, but this time we are going to use the mapping that we created in SPRO. Okay, I mean this one. Okay, so in SPRO, if you remember, we went and defined the org level value maps, right? So we created two maps, right? And each of this had its own child org levels mapping. Okay, plants and all. So let's go and create another derived role, and this time let's use this one. Okay, Booker's 2000. All right, so you select the master role based on for which you want to create the derived roles. Okay, you select that, the master role, the parent role, and click on open. So I'm going to create AP 2000 and 2000 AP2 derived. Okay, so let's go and go to define role phase. We are edit, right? So let's go and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 derived roles 2. Okay. We can't do much about this because it's all the same, right? Because what we're trying to do is creating a derived role. So let's keep everything that is coming from the parent role as is, right? And say continue. Continue. And you have to create the derived role under the derived role phase. Okay. So now click on the derive button here. Now, so this 3 steps makes you go through the derived role derived role creation. Okay, this is the key part. Rest you pick from whatever you get from the master role. You can just keep the same. All right. So last time in the first example we had taken the org units, org levels coming out of the master role, right? These are the org levels coming out of the master role. Now this time, in this example, we want to use the org level mapping that we configured. So select this checkbox and then, or you can keep this on, right? So you just select it and say add. I want to add for company code 2000, right? So let's go and add for company code 2000. So by default, the value 2000 automatically comes because we maintained it in the configuration, SPRO configuration. So let's go back and check one more time. So if we look at the definition here, right? So we gave 2000 here. So that's why you get the value in access control as 2000. Now click on next. And if you see whatever values we maintain in the child mapping, it is automatically coming. So if you have defined your org mapping, org structure properly and the org mapping properly, you can give the values here in the IMG itself and the SPRO configuration itself, and the system will pick those values. Okay, so go back previous, right? Next. So this is what you get. Okay, because those are the values we maintained. let's go back, right? See, we don't have, for example, all the org levels that are in the master role, right? We didn't define all of them here. But whatever we have defined, whatever it finds, it maintains the values accordingly. Okay, for the remaining that it doesn't find, system doesn't find it in the mapping, here it maintains asterisks. Okay, for example, in this case, we don't have business area here, right? There is no business area org level here. So for business area, because it didn't find it, it maintains a asterisk. Now, this master role does not have a org level called plant. So this is a plant. So we had mapped plant for company code 2000. We had mapped plant test 2000 also, right? But that org level is not part of the role, the master role, right? So the system automatically ignores that org level. Okay, it ignores plant. So if you see, you don't see plant here. Okay. Next. Okay, so we need to give the role name. So what was the role name we're going to give? So P colon. Okay, so we're going to give this role name, right? We said we're going to do it as 2. Okay, let's give it as 2. All right, you don't have to generate the derived profile name because we are going to maintain it. We're going to do it in the next step, next phase. Okay, so let's say derived rule. Okay, now say next. Okay, so role name is now showing up. This is the role that is going to get created, the derived role for this master role. Click on save. So here we are reviewing, okay, so the values. Save it. Role successfully derived. So now you have created the derived role. Now let's see what happens here. So save and continue. Now you also have to run the risk analysis here. So select and pick your rule set. Click on foreground. Right? So you have the risks, right? We know that. So click on save and continue. Generate roles. Select the roles that you want to generate, right? Okay, so select both the derived roles and say next. Give the password, your password. And next. We know the master has risks, so we have the risk showing up, and now you can mitigate the risks. So now if you see, 3 roles got generated, the master role and the 2 derived roles. Okay, so close this, and it has to be in the complete phase, right? So save and continue. Now it's complete. Okay, now data is saved and say close. Okay, let's go back and see if the second derived role is there. So AP2 derived. And is it complete? Yes, it is complete. So this is how you create derived roles. Now let us quickly go and check whether these roles, both these roles are in the backend system or not, and what is the status. So let's say P colon derived. Okay, so let's search for the role, a single role. So you have both the roles, right? Let's go on this and see if the roles have been generated. Yes, they are. And now let's go and check let's say the org levels, right? So in the first case, we had used the one that is coming from all the org levels that are coming from the master role, right? And then we only for the leading org level, we gave for company code, we gave the value 2000 and the rest were automatically populated with asterisks. Now here is the place where now you can go and maintain the remaining org levels depending on your requirements. Okay, you can maintain it here now. Let's go and check the second one. See what happens. In the second case, we had, in the second example, we had actually used the mapping that we configured, right? Now let's see what happens here. In the org levels, the mapping is coming from the configuration that we created, okay? For the values that are not part of the configuration, the org levels that are not part of the configuration, the system automatically puts asterisks for them. And if an org level is there in the mapping, but it's not part of the master role, the system ignores that org level that is part of the mapping. Okay, so what I mean is, again, in this case, plant is one of the org levels, child org levels within the mapping, right? But the role does not have the org level plant. So the system ignores plant. Okay. So again, if you want to maintain the org levels here, so you can maintain the org levels here now in the backend system. Okay. And now we saw the role was generated, right? Okay. So this is how you create derived roles. So you can create derived roles using the org level mapping that you have configured, or you can simply use the org levels coming out of the master role.